Yes, sirski. Yes, sirski. So, chosen ones. This is going to be a great video for all of you. Even if you don't consider yourself chosen, there's a lot of great insight here. When it comes to life, a regular 9-to-5 job is just not going to be good enough. It's not going to cut it. And I get it. Some people got to go. Some people got to pay their bills. I get it. But there has to be a time where a turning point takes place. You really have to get after it at some point, at some time. You got to do more than just that. You see, we all put ourselves in certain positions in life. I did not go and knock up some chick when I was 18, 19, 20 years old because I thought it would be fun, because I thought it would be cool, because of this, because of that. Some guys do that, which is nuts. And they don't think of the repercussions. They don't think long term. It's more so the less wiser individuals. And it doesn't mean you can't get wise when you get older, but when you're a young man and you make crucial mistakes. And I know people in those positions personally. We talk. And it's not good because they're very limited in life. The things they can do is very limited. Their time is limited because of what they have put on themselves. They regret things that, it's crazy to regret having kids when you already have them, because that's a crazy thing to say. But man, I'm telling you, there are people that literally do. And it's not that they don't like their kid, but it really does ruin you to an extent. The position it can put you in. Nothing to do with the kid. It just, it's such a commitment, man. The same thing with these jobs. People put themselves in positions where they almost have to work all the time. Just making ends meet, just making ends meet, just making ends meet. You're busting for somebody else. And there's nothing wrong with making money off of somebody else to an extent. But you just can't stay there in that same exact position, because that is a stuck position. You do not have freedom. You are a slave to that situation. So that's when a 9-to-5 job becomes not healthy. And I'm not even going to sit here and say every 9-to-5 job is unhealthy. But if you're in a position like that, it is. Nobody should be in that position to the point where they're stuck. And they couldn't leave if they had to, because they don't got the money. It's like they have to stay there. And it's not good. It actually makes you want to show up less. It actually makes you want to work less. I have the privilege, and I'll tell you guys this now, of working with people where I come from when I want to. And it's pretty damn good money. It's not the kind of money I make myself, but it's pretty good money compared to what a lot of people make just off a regular job. Like, I can help people out with carpentry, so on and so forth, because I actually like it and it's a vibe. Crank tunes all day, man. Laughing, joking, vibing, building stuff. It's actually a good time. And I don't have to be there. I can go with them. I could work. Could do what I want. I'm free. And they let me know, you don't have to come any day you want. You can come. You don't have to come. We don't need you. I don't need them. It literally makes you want to go 100 million times more. Plus you get to grab an extra little bit of money. Win-win-win-win-win situation. Everyone's winning. But with you stuck in a 9-to-5 job where you have no choice. You got no choice. You got to go. You got to pay the bills. You got to feed your children. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to feed yourself. You're looking at borderline misery when it's gonna be said and done down the line. That's why you got to work so hard, so extra hard for extended periods of time to put yourself in different positions, because that's the only damn thing that it's going to do. And I'm not making this video to shame anybody, to make anyone feel small, to make anyone feel lesser than. There are very talented people that could end up in positions like that. But I'm trying to tell you what you have to do to get out of those positions, to make your life better. It's all about us getting better at the end of the day on this channel. So it's something you're going to have to look deep within yourself. If you're even in positions in life in general, it doesn't even have, like, it could be in other areas as well. Like, you got to look deep within yourself to figure out what you have to do and what steps needed to be taken next to further your life and live a better existence in like every way, shape, and form. Because life is too short to be dreading every day, dreading every day, dreading every day. You don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. And I'm not saying working hard is a bad thing, but when you got to work hard and you hate it, it's a terrible combination that no one should ever be in. At least for a long period of time. There was positions I was in the past where it's like, I would dread the day. I would hate the job. I would hate the people there. Everything was a mess. But obviously I knew, obviously this is not going to be long. Sometimes you just got to do that and then you're out. But it's up to you and you only, which is the whole point of this video, to further your situation, to get better, to grow past where you are, and you know in your heart where you want to be, so you must do what it takes to get yourself in that position, to the point where you can call the shots. You can, your time is yours. Your time, you get to pick and choose what you want to do with your time instead of your time picking and choosing what it wants to do with you. That's the whole difference. If you want to choose to go and work at a job, you can, but you don't have to. You're choosing to do it. I'm telling you guys now. It makes you want to go 1,000,000 times more. When I can go and work on a carpentry project with a couple of the fellas, I am choosing and wanting to actually do it. It's not like, I have to get up at 6 a.m. and I have to go there. I gotta be there at 7. Oh, man. There's nothing worse than that, bro. And if you're in that position, you are the one that gotta find what it is deep in your heart. And you gotta think very, very deeply on what needs to be done next, on what you gotta do to not be in that position. And you're not just gonna think of something and your whole situation is gonna change. You have to think of something. You gotta come up with a plan, you gotta come up with a strategy, and you got to take massive action. Massive action. like your life depends on it type of action. Because it does. Your life does depend on putting you in a better position. You don't want to be in that stuck position. There's nothing wrong with working a job with somebody else. It's how it's happening is the problem. It's the circumstances involved with what becomes the issue with it. Seriously. And I know for a fact, if we took, let's say 100 people, if they were making the money that I made, if they were making the money I was making, and could choose to work the job that I can go and work, maybe not whenever I want, because this kind of a stuff, it's seasonal and stuff, but I would guess maybe 5 people out of 100, so 95 people would not do it. I guarantee you that right now, because it is hard work. There's a lot of lifting, a lot of lugging, a lot of pulling, a lot of squeezing, a lot of climbing, a lot of everything. But I enjoy it. I like the thrill. Hard-nosed, blue-collar worker. Not a lot of people. I think probably less than 5 people, probably. They would like to sit in the softness, comfort of what they could. But I ain't like that. I will go out there and I will do things, bro. I was in MMA. I was in a boxing. I was in a wrestling. I was in a physical contact sports. I'm built for battle. I'm built to bleed. I'm built to boss up. That's just who I am. Very active, very ambitious, spontaneous. It's just a young guy. Full of life, full of energy. And sometimes it might not even seem that way. Sometimes I'm not full of energy because I spend so much. But if I was to rest, like a lot of people do, I'd just be flying off the walls. So my gas tank is usually never full. When it is, I'm like a crackhead, bro. For real. Without coffee. So, these are all my points here. And like I mentioned in a video, I think yesterday, the day before, chosen ones are willing to do things other people are not willing to do. I know for a fact I'm willing to do things other people are not willing to do. Most people. I do weird shit that is hard, bro. I remember being like a kid at one of my friends' houses at the time. Was about a 5-minute drive away, and that's a long ways away, man, when you're driving 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. A 5-minute drive. It's a long ways. I remember. And I was young. I didn't have my license. I didn't have a car. Didn't have nothing at this time. I used to have bikes, but at this time I did not even have a bike. So I ran to his house in the pouring rain. Like, no one's gonna do that. That long of a ways away when you're a kid. I was probably anywhere from 12 to 14 years old. I definitely wasn't 15. I was younger than that. 100%. Probably 12 to 14 years old. I'm running that far to my friend's house because I couldn't get a drive at that time to go hang out in the pouring rain. Man, it's stuff like that. These are things, and that's just an example of what I am willing to do. Not a lot of people can do those things, man. Not a lot of people are crazy enough. You gotta be a little bit gone, bro. You gotta be a little bit crazy. I just do things other people, I know for a fact, majority are not willing to do. When you can be that person, you're already ahead of like 93, 94% of the universe. At least 90. At least. You're automatically a 10%er. That's just with that quality in itself. Not count maybe other good quality that you have and other things, which is going to even take you to a more rare percentage of the entire universe. And these are just facts, guys. These are actual facts. So I recommend being that person, bro. You got one life. You got to find deep within yourself that bit of mental toughness to kick that into gear, to go out there and to make things go your way. It's something you and I and everybody must do and continue to do. I continue to make those hard decisions to this day. Continuously. There's days where I have dips throughout the day, like energy dips. Like you'll feel so tired, like you might get up super early, you'll be working hard in the morning, you get this big energy dip, and all of a sudden you get reinvigorated. You keep breaking through these plateaus, and it's because of how hard you worked even before that. And your ability to get up every single day and just be uncomfortable is going to make you break through plateaus and make you so much mentally stronger and fitter than such a huge percentage of the population in the world. No lies. And this is what I'm going to continue to do for a long, long time. And I don't know what it is, but blessings do come when you can do these things. Blessings are not going to come if you just choose to be comfortable all the time. Never make a hard decision. Never make yourself feel like doing more. Like you just kind of, yeah, I'm done for the day so quick. You sell out so quick. You're done for the day so quick. You realize how much more you could do. Do you realize how much more you could be? Is the thing. You gotta break through those mental plateaus. There's days where I get a lot of things done, work super hard, and then you still gotta go to the gym, and then after the gym you still got a couple more things left to do before you call it a night. And it's like you're already exhausted, but I made myself go to the gym. Somewhere in that gym session I get another dip. I get that energy dip. I feel not motivated at all to go to the gym. I feel not 1 ounce of motivation, but I know for a fact what it's going to do to me if I just go and I just show up. I'm going to end up getting a good workout in, and I get more energy from that. So I ride off that energy and get something else done once I get back. And then you can call it a night. Because you got to call it a night at some point. You got to sleep. And something else too, I always give myself at least 1 hour a day to unplug. Whether I'm watching a sporting event or watching something or doing something. Watching other like-minded people speak. Things of this nature. I give myself that time. It's very important. You would burn out mentally if you didn't do this. And I feel that that's something I was good at, is figuring things out. Figuring it out whenever, because there was many times I overdo it. You also cannot overdo it. because you will burn out. And you'll stop being able to do what you do consistently. So there needs to be that fine line. It doesn't mean get lazy. There's just that fine line where maybe it is a little too much. And I've hit that fine line many times. So when I feel I'm near that, I'll stop. I don't want to go there. Because now it's going to affect the next day, possibly two. Because I'm going to be so done. And I'm going to be able to almost get nothing done. Because that's how hard I've gone days beforehand. Maybe even a week beforehand straight. And it's like it finally catches up and just boom. You can't even hit over that hump. You can't even hit over that plateau because you're literally done. Like, you need to rest, brother. Probably for 24 hours straight. I've hit those big plateaus where you can't really get over. You have to rest it out for a full day. You need to take a full day's rest. So, welcome to the grind. It is what it is. And you can make this, the whole point, once again, you can make anything the way you want it to be. With hard work, with sacrifice, with super focus and determination. You live your life for you, bro. You live your life for you. Day in, day out, you're getting the job done. And it's very important to better your life position. You don't want to get caught up. You don't want to get caught sleeping. You don't want to get caught in that stuck position at that 9 to 5. Of you're to the point where you have to go there, or you'll be on the damn road, on the sidewalk. You don't want to be anywhere close to that position. You have to get as far away from that position as possible. And it will happen through hard work, determination, sacrifices. It's going to happen through all these things. And on top of that, being smart. Just about who you are as a person, being smart, being efficient, and leading your own life. Not being a slave to somebody else, a slave to somebody else's life. To the point where you're riding on someone's coattails just a barely enough money to just barely squeak by. That's not a position you want to be in at all. And if you are, it's okay. But it's not okay to not do better. You must do better. It is a must. Here's your motivation for the day. I hope you guys take all this in and let it motivate you. I'd have heard day today already, and I am not done. I still got probably 2 or 3 big things left to do. And probably 5 or 6 things in total left to do, 2 or 3 of them being big things. It's going to take a lot of time and energy before I call it a day. So let's get it done. Let's do better.